right, good afternoon, fans at home. Sorry for the delay. We were having some technical difficulties, but it looks like we're up and running here now. Got ourselves a non-conference matchup, West Bend West coming in here at 4-9, and then we got the home Panthers coming in at 7-9. They did lose to Berlin earlier this week in a 5-point conference game loss. So hoping to get back on the winning side of things here this Saturday afternoon. Kind of an interesting time for a game. Don't have many of these Saturday afternoon games. Can be a little bit different. Not always used to them because obviously during the week we're playing at night. So we'll see how the girls can kind of get settled in here. Starting off the game a little bit slow, tied at 0-0. One thing to note for the Panthers as West Bend West fires up a three, doesn't connect. Cam Booth with the rebound. The Panthers are out without one of their starters, Claire Populae. She will not be playing today, out sick, so hopefully they can fill the void that she provides on the offense and defensive end. Nice pass by Campbell Booth into Ava Miller on the cut, misses the layup. West Bend West gets the rebound as they look to slow it. Tried to push it up court with the pass, and Campbell Booth picks it off and tries to go the other way. Get stopped. They're going to slow it down here and get set in their offense. West Bend West is going to run a lot of 2-3 zone, which the Panthers should be familiar with as they just played Berlin, who runs a lot of 2-3 zone. So looking to get some shots up. Ashley Miller with the rebound and gets the 2-point layup to go in to get the scoring going this afternoon with 16 minutes left in the first half. Panthers up 2-0. Panthers are getting in their token zone press.
I think a key, Eric, tonight will be their Panthers were 1 for 20 from three-point land on Thursday against that 2-3 zone. So we'll have to see what the law averages will hopefully be on their side, and maybe they'll go 9 for 20 today then.
I think that's the hope. And the Panthers are a good three-point shooting team, just didn't have their shots going in versus Berlin. But again, hopefully they can turn some things around. West Bend West, a non-conference team for us, so we obviously don't see them too much. But they, like I said, they come in here at 4-9, and they have a tough conference, right?
North Shore is always tough. Every sport, right? Every sport, that's a good challenge.
Another great pass entry by Campbell Booth as Ezra Strebel gets the 2-point layup to go, bringing the score to 4-2 with the Panther lead.
Next year it'll be a conference game, though.
Next year with the moving around of all these conferences, yes.
And I think that's part of playing West Bend East and West Bend West and Slinger. And that Slinger's not in the conferences this next year, but you're playing teams that are part of that, going to be coming into our conference next year. And I think that's important in all the sports, trying to get acclimated a little bit toward what that conference season's going to look like.
West Bend West with a baseline out of bounds here after the Panthers committed. We got the first foul of the ball game. Panthers in some man-to-man defense here. Is 3-point shot by West. Ricochets off the rim. Ezra Strebel with the rebound, and she looks to push it up the court. Panthers so far getting some good drive and kick actions against this 2-3 zone as Ava Miller missed the 3-point shot, but good hustle by the Panthers with the offensive rebound. Drive and kick action continues to go well as Ashley Miller kicks to Izzy Stilo, who doesn't connect on the three. West Bend West gets that rebound, and they look to push it up against the wide open number 2 for West Bend West. Looks like a little lack of communication as to who had who on that fast break. And those 2-3 zones that teams play can be a little tricky, especially like I said, the Panthers are a great finish by Campbell Booth on that right hand. Gets the lead back up to 2.
Well, part of it is you don't see it very often. I mean, that's like in college basketball days. Jim Boeheim playing at Syracuse, and that was part of the advantage of playing. They're one of the few teams that played it. 100% of the time, basically.
Well, when you get those 3-point shots, and if they're not falling, it can be hard not to continue to shoot those because the 2-3 is vulnerable to set up those threes, and you want to see one go in. So again, hopefully, like you said earlier, they get a better shooting performance than they did a couple days ago. Teams miss a pair of baskets, exchanging those, keeping the score at 6-4. Campbell gets the ball inside to Ezra Strebel, and she has a nice move, just couldn't quite finish that. And then there's going to be an offensive foul on West Bend West as they tried to push it up court. Their first foul of the ball game.
Our boys played West Bend West on Tuesday night and had a lot of looks, just as Campbell had inside there, and we just could not get those things to finish.
And I think we all know that's the name of the game. Put the ball in the bucket, and if it's not going in, it can be hard to. You're gonna have to find other ways to win, but it's not always easy. Panthers looking to show some cutters and flashing into the middle of the zone. Have gotten a good looks as they have the weak side guards flashing into the middle, getting good looks, driving and kicking, good ball movement. Haven't been turning the ball over, which is good. Right on cue, Ezra Strebel.
Good job, Eric.
The announcer curse is as good as time, right?
Well, okay, two more of those, and you're going to buy a lottery ticket. Okay. But no, it's all, breaking that zone is all about off the ball movement. Yeah, all 5 players got to be ready to move off the ball.
As West gets some good action inside basket, tying the score at 6 with 12:24 left in the first half. A couple of players that checked in for Plymouth during the last dead ball, Donna Tolman and Natalie Mauk coming in for their first game action. It looks like the Panthers will have a couple more subs coming in here in a second, trying to stay fresh. They have a couple injuries right now. One girl is sick, so they're going to have all hands on deck in today's game. And they've also played, I think I've heard it's 6 games in 2 weeks, which is
it's been a busy
daunting
schedule.
task.
Yes, it's been the gauntlet of a schedule the last couple weeks, right? Yep.
Natalie Mauk from downtown P-Town gets this 3-point scoring going that they've been hoping to have. Hopefully the first of many for tonight's ball game as they extend the lead 9-6. West Bend West fires up a 3, responds right back, tying the score at 9.
If they can do it, I can do it, right?
Seems easy, right?
Yep.
Well, again, we've talked. I think you and I have talked in other broadcasts too. That the January schedule can be tough for basketball players.
Well, and this is the last week of semester too. Semester finals this week. So and these kids still are student athletes. We have to remember that. They've got schooling to do too.
Yep. And the 3-point barrage is starting to go here as we've had 3 straight 3-point baskets. That one by Ava Miller to extend the lead 12-9.
Well, like I said, the Panthers already passed what they had the other night. They've already made a couple, so
we'll take it.
So, okay. Oops.
Ball goes out of bounds there off the Panthers. West Bend West is going to maintain possession here, baseline out of bounds. Good weak side action on that play by West Bend West as they get a nice pick and roll layup, and Coach Shutter none so thrilled with that defense.
Didn't like that the rotation wasn't there from the Panther defense, right? So he's taking a timeout. So we'll talk about some of the backers here. Again, the backers are TV14 sponsor team. We call them the backers. You'll get to hear from all of them here as we go through the broadcast. Again, without their support and then your support of them, these broadcasts would not be happening. So again, and if you want to become a backer, you can always give Ginny a call at 920-933-3382 or Scott at 920-889-1819.
Last time out was 32nd timeout, and like we had just said, Coach Shutter, it was a quick timeout called by him, so he definitely didn't like something there, and he went right out to the girls and addressed it. So hopefully we can see some quick response on the defensive end from them moving forward. Again, West Bend West staying in that 2-3 zone. We'll be playing that most of the time. Unless we can shoot them out of it, we'll have to see what happens. But Panthers definitely getting some good looks and attacking it, continuing to attack it very well. As Ashley Miller misses the 15-foot jump shot, West Bend West gets the rebound. Moving up the court, right to left on your screen. Quick hands by Natalie Mauk as she deflects the ball out of bounds. West Bend West will maintain possession. But Natalie Mauk, freshmen getting some great playing time here this season.
Yeah, part of it, I think it's, A, she deserves it, and B, it's been out of necessity a little bit, I say, because they've had some injuries, they've had sicknesses going through, everything as you talked about, yep. But yeah, she's done a good job, throws a bunch of threes in there for them.
That's good to see those young players, and it's only going to help moving forward in the future, because we are going to be losing, a handful of seniors going into the next couple of years. So having a freshman like her and a sophomore like Izzy Stilo getting significant minutes, a game like this where they have injuries, it's going to be good for their growth moving forward as a program.
Well, you like to have that, have some of that talent spread out a little bit between the 3 or 4 classes even, and in girls athletics you see a little bit more of that, than you do within the boys athletics. Yep. But it's always good to know when you got a few more coming back the next year. That's for sure.
Panthers are in their 1-3-1 defense that you'll see a lot of, trying to get some deflections and just kind of change that pace up. That's a deep 3 by West Bend West, but then they miss, but they get the offensive rebound, passes it right back down to a cutting Paige Gussie. But the Panthers get out in transition quickly. Campbell Booth with the right-handed layup extends the lead to 14-11 with 9 minutes left to play in the first half.
Well, I could just say I like the tempo Plymouth's playing. Last week they played Sheboygan South on Saturday, and Sheboygan South was not a real good team. And I think Plymouth, the first few minutes of the game, played down to that level a little bit. It was a slower paced game, just seemed very methodical. This is an up-tempo, good pace game, and this was what you get. That's good for a Saturday afternoon non-conference game. Yep.
Yeah, you can definitely see the energy for the Panthers here. They've gotten some good deflections. They've been pushing the ball, hitting some shots. Campbell Booth gets another good post entry to Ezra Strebel, and she draws the foul, and she'll be shooting 2 free throws.
Miller and Belt, located on Hillendale Road, just outside of Plymouth. I invite you to stop in, check out their complete line of steel products. They've got it all, whether you need the summer stuff or the winter stuff. They've got it all at Miller and Belt on the corner of Hillendale Road, southwest side of Plymouth. Paddock Club is in Elkhart Lake. Chef Lynn Chisholm celebrates the bounty that she gets from local farmers using old world techniques, using all kinds of different smoked meat, sandwiches, all that kind of stuff that they've got there. Wednesday and Thursdays gives you the opportunity to try different things at reasonable prices. That's the Paddock Club in Elkhart Lake.
Ezra Strebel made 1 of the 2 free throws to extend the lead to 4 here for the Panthers. Panthers are going back into some man-to-man defense, so there's a lot of switching around. That's something we've seen from the girls with that Coach Shutter has had them do, kind of almost like 50-50 where they have some man and zone. I think it depends on matchups and depends on personnel they have in the game, and keeps teams on their toes for sure.
Well, and I think if you aren't, you got to know what your team strength is. If you're going to be a pressing, solid team, that's one thing defensively. If you're going to be a half-court defense, I think you've got to have multiple defenses. Yep.
Baseline out of bounds play converts to a quick 3 by Ava Miller, which is not put in, but they do get the offensive rebound and set their offense back up. Again, continuing to get good looks are the Panthers. Campbell Booth flashes into the high post corner, misses the left-handed layup. Defensive rebound by West Bend West as they look to push it up. They have a 2-on-2 action. And Izzy Stilo is going to be committing the foul. It was a close call, definitely. I think Brad Shutter wanted that charge call, but it's a close call for the refs there.
Well, like you said, the charge block is that's at 50-50. I mean, you're gonna, everybody's gonna, first of all, it's a tough call. Secondly, everybody's interpretation is just a little bit different too, as far as what might be a block versus a charge. So.
West Bend West dials in a 3-point shot, number 22. Paige Gussie, and she's shown that she's not afraid to shoot it. She's shooting from deep.
Deep, yep.
And Paige is their best player as we were looking at stats before the game. She's averaging just about 13 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. So she's definitely their best player. You're kind of seeing that tonight. As West Bend West commits the foul, and the Panthers will be getting a out-of-bounds play here as two players check in for the Panthers. Donna Tolman and Natalie Malk come back into the ball game. Kind of seeing those rotations of 2 players every few minutes.
Here, yep.
As Streblo drives left into the 10-foot range and hits a little floater 17-14 Panthers, 7.5 left to go in the first half.
It's a nice move by Ezra. Started on the left side, still able to come back and make the right-handed shot.
Panthers force a bad pass, and it's out of bounds by West Bend West. Panthers are going to get the ball, forcing some turnovers here. And now we look to see it in the second half of the first half. They have a 3-point lead.
Used to be called the second quarter back in the days. Yeah.
Well, can we call it? Can we still call it quarters? I guess is the question.
We'll call it the second
in this second quarter.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, Gail, if the Panthers can extend their lead or if they're going to keep it close. Because they've been getting good looks, moving the ball really well.
This is where the boys Tuesday night struggled the last 6 minutes of the first half, and kind of, and then really struggled to start the second half. Let the game get away.
Great
nice pass.
Great baseline drive by Ezra Strebel, and she dumps it down to Campbell Booth, who's sitting right at the front of the hoop and puts it in. 19-14 Panthers. Those two have been on a connection today.
Yeah, they have.
Really, really well on the offensive end with some pick and roll, drive and kick. As there's a loose ball tie-up, possession is going to go. That's a stolen possession by the Panthers right there, as they're going to get the jump ball going their way.
It's good to see them get on the floor, get after it. Good hustle play by the Panthers. And I know Coach Shutter said that before the game. I mean, they shot terrible on, only scored 29 points, but they still held Berlin to 39. They played hustle defense. They did all the little things. They just didn't make shots. Yep.
Ashley Miller drives right, gets to the free throw line, elevates for the shot and fouled. She'll be going to the line for 2 shots, and we'll read some advertisements from our backers.
Plymouth Furniture has always been a backer for the Panthers, located on Eastern Avenue. They've got 40 mattress styles on display, all the different name brands that you want to see, and don't forget about their Furniture Clearance Center with the great deals on all the furniture. Again, that's Plymouth Furniture, Eastern Avenue in Plymouth, and 20/20 Visions, located on the east side of Plymouth. They carry a great selection of eyewear for the entire family. They're committed to providing the best care possible for the patients. Is it time for your checkup? Give them a call at 20/20 Visions. That's 893-EYES to schedule one today.
Ava Miller connects on both free throws there, pushing the lead to 21-14. West Bend West fires up a 3, long. Offensive rebound goes to West Bend West.
A good tap out, yep.
Oh. And Ann Page, number 22, that's going to be a turnover by her. She looked to elevate for the shot. Good quick hands by the Panthers there to force her to bring it back down.
See, I never had that problem. If I elevated, my foot still stayed on the ground. That way.
Always a set shot is the best way to do it.
That way I didn't have to worry about traveling. See? Yeah.
And it looks like the Panthers are starting to go a little farther out on her, because she's shown that she's going to shoot it from deep, and that time she did elevate on that shot, and they knew it was coming. Campbell Booth gets it inside, gets to the left hand. She likes to get to that left-hand side and draws the foul. Again, a connection. Post-entry by Ezra Strebel on that. Those two continue to get good looks.
Well, you take it in strong in there, and you're probably about an 80-20 chance that you're going to get the foul. Draw the foul. So, while she's shooting, PJ Campbell's The Depot is a casual dining experience in the historic train depot here in downtown Plymouth. They offer something for everyone: steaks, ribs, sandwiches, German favorites. Don't forget the big pretzel and baked French onion. Open Tuesday through Sunday, each day at 4 o'clock. That's PJ Campbell's at the Depot.
Second free throw goes in for Campbell Booth after missing the first. She's the Panthers' leading scorer right now with 7.
8-point lead, biggest lead of the game, Panthers.
West Bend West drives left, gets it inside. Number 23, Mackenzie Rolfe, finishes on the left side, cutting the lead back down to 6. Kayla Booth gets to the left side like she has been so good at all year, kicks it out. Turnover by Ezra Streblo at the top of the key, but good hustle by the Panthers to get back and not.
Good defense. Hannah Maher to cut her off there. That was good defense.
West Bend West returns the favor, turning it over to the Panthers in transition. Downtown P-Town, Campbell Booth. 3-point shot going in today for the Panthers, extending the lead to 9 with 4:45 left in the first half. And that's where you can make a difference in a ball game like this. We're forcing them to make turnovers, and then we're making threes, which is the difference that, like we had talked about in some of their recent games that the Panthers have had. It's good to see that happening today.
That's going to be a West Bend West foul there, yep. Good hustle by Ezra Streblo. She had the ball, yep. So.
And we had mentioned it earlier as West Bend West is going to call a timeout here. Their first timeout of the ball game. It's full timeout.
Panthers up 9 going into the timeout. Meyer Motors in Plymouth. Thank you for voting them #1 in Sheboygan County for best new car dealership, best used car dealership, best auto repair shop, best tire center, and best coffee. Well, I'm not sure about the coffee, but they got everything else. So, serving you since 1926, the pride of the community. That is Meyer Motors in Plymouth. Waldo State Bank, local, independent like you. The Waldo State Bank, serving the community since 1913, located in downtown Waldo. Give them a call at 528-8385 or see them at the www.waldostate.bank. Yeah, Panthers, well, you've hit 3 threes already. You forced a few turnovers. You made some nice dribble drives on the inside against that zone. Yeah, this has been a good offensive first half here for the Panthers.
We had talked about earlier just this being a Saturday game, kind of one of those odd games because it's not at night. Saturday, it's really quiet here. Other families are doing things, not much of a student section either way. Panthers are bringing their own energy tonight.
Yep. Which I think Coach probably talked about, they, almost have to on these kind of nights, on these kind of days.
4:30 left in the first half. Panthers are bringing it up left to right here. West Bend West continues to stay in that zone.
Yep.
Even with the Panthers offense playing as well as it has.
Yeah, I don't know if they're Jim Boeheim, we're going to play it till we die.
Blue in the face,
or if they change it up to play some man. We'll have to see how the game goes here. But
Natalie Mauk drives all the way to the inside. 10-foot floater doesn't go in. West Bend West rebound, bringing it back down the other way as they look to push with the pass. Long 2-point shot by number 3, Riley Weber. Short rebound to the Panthers. They're looking to push it up. Campbell Booth has it on the right wing. She has Ezra Streblo inside. She gets it into her like she's been doing all day. Left-handed shot, no good by Ezra. Defensive rebound, West Bend West.
Still a good thing, you can't go wrong by getting it to the post and let them shoot a 7-8 footer. Whether it's a hook shot or a rim shot, whatever. Yep.
Good weak side defense by Campbell Booth on that pick and roll. As she looks to push it up to Izzy Stilo, gets it back to Campbell, right down to Ezra, inside on the left side, draws a foul. That connection is as good as it gets today.
That gives us a chance to talk about advanced eye care. Doctors Tim and Cheryl Ziegler, along with Dr. Christopher Schnell. Know that to be your best on the field, court, diamond, or gym requires total fitness, including your eyes. They take care of all your eye health needs with total vision eye health testing, including evaluation of and treatment of eye injuries, as well as look out for any diseases. Again, that's advancedeyecareplymouth.com if you want to find them on, what do we still call that, the World Wide Web?
I think we call it the world. I think they shortened it to www.
www is how they did that, okay. All right. That has nothing to do with TikTok.
The internet?
Right? That's going to get banned or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose that.
No,
we don't. Okay, all right.
We'll find something else in the next couple of years.
Tic-tac is still okay?
Tic-tac is still a thing.
All right, okay.
I don't know if I have any in my pocket as West Bend West drives to the inside on the right side, draws the foul. Panthers extend the lead on that free throws before double digits.
Talk about Van Horn Automotive Group. They have grown to 16 locations in the 55-year history of the Van Horn franchise throughout Wisconsin, Iowa. They've got 2,500 new and used vehicles to choose from at vanhornauto.com, so easy to find the perfect vehicle for you with the click of a button. Again, family-owned, family-born, employee-owned, that is Van Horn.
1 of 2 free throws goes down for West. Cutting the lead to 9. Ezra Streblo gets it in the post, tries to dump it down to a cutting Campbell Booth. Deflected turnover. West Bend West coming back down, looking to chip into this lead a little bit more. But quick hands by Ashley Miller. She deflects it out of bounds.
Quick hands, yeah.
Again, continuing to see that tenacity on defense by the Panthers, not making anything too easy for them, especially on the ball. As the Panthers jump back into their man-to-man defense, like we said, they split it up with that zone quite a bit. Good hands by Ezra Streblo.
Yep, good help coming back, yep.
As West tried to dump it down. Ashley Miller kicks it to Izzy Steele to the corner three, no good. But Campbell Booth gets the rebound, and it looks like they're going to call a foul.
I think she pushed off a little bit first, yep. I guess what he's going to say, yep.
That's one of those, kind of like the charge call. It's a tough.
Try to give that little, try to give a little push in the back as she was going up for the rebound, yep.
Yeah, personally, myself as a wide receiver, I think you can get away with that.
I was just going to say, it's kind of what we tell the receivers, right? Yeah, well, you make them call it. Well, sometimes they call it, yep.
The on-ball defense by the Panthers continues to be an issue for West Bend West as they go get a backcourt violation on that because they picked up right after half court, kind of panicked a little bit, stealing some possessions away from West Bend West to keep that lead close to double digits for the Panthers. Post entry into Campbell Booth. She looks to try to escape, dribbles it off. Someone's foot.
Hustle,
Ashley Miller stays there.
To her teammate at least. That's good hustle.
Panthers are reversing the court side to side a little bit. That's the action that you want to see against that zone. Make that zone move side to side with ball reversals. As Izzy Steele kicks it out to Campbell Booth for three, short rebound West. 1:50 left to go in the first half. Ball screen at the top. Sets up an 18-foot jump shot, buried by Gussie again. She continues to be the leading scorer for West Bend West with 9 today so far. And it looks like one of the issues that West Bend West, they have 3 players with 2 fouls right now as we get another good drive by Ava Miller, dumps it down to Ezra Streblo, who's standing at the front of the basket again.
Yeah, we've had some nice assists today from the Lady Panthers, that's for sure.
And I think they've gotten that action about 3 or 4 times already, just that baseline drive, finding the open girl at the front of the basket for easy 2 points. She's not the one that you want to leave open, as she's shown that she's their best scorer, has 12 now tonight with a couple of three-pointers.
That play was made by her teammate number 2, who kept the ball alive, kicked the ball out to her, gets the big assist there.
40 seconds left to go in the first half, 28-22. Panthers tried that same action that they've gotten. Baseline drive, but Campbell Booth turns it over, trying to throw it over the top as West Bend West calls a quick 30-second timeout. 39 seconds left in the first half.
Last halfway here. American Senior Benefits. If you're retired and eligible for Medicare, turning 65, or just curious to find out if their plan is the right one for you, they're here to help. Ryan Riley, Kristen Heidemann are experienced in providing personalized services to explain and guide you through the Medicare process and provide you a free needs analysis with all the different options available at the lowest cost for the best health care coverage. Again, that is American Senior Benefits. Their office is located on Eastern Avenue near the Piggly Piggly. Did you know, Eric, that Chuck Van Horn used to be in the Plymouth Arts Center is now?
Did not know that.
When I first came to town 37 years ago, the Plymouth Arts Center was Van Horn Dodge. So there.
It's good, a little fun fact, a little history lesson.
A little fun fact, yes. As the senior benefits made me think of that.
The timeout by West Bend West does not provide any benefits as they turned it right back over to the Panthers, so they'll look to get one of the final possessions here of the first half. Inside-out action as a Streblo kicks it out to Ava Miller, downtown P-Town, corner 3. The threes are raining today. 31-22, 15 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, I thought they were going to pull it out for a shot here with 10, 11 seconds left, but they're going in.
2 shots for West Bend West.
Some free throws, though, so we'll talk about Bank First. At Bank First, they take great pride in supporting the community. They believe in working together, transforming lives, building stronger communities for future generations. Giving back has allowed Bank First to develop meaningful relationships with local families, businesses, and nonprofit organizations. We believe these relationships strengthen the bank and the communities that we serve. That is Bank First, which was called Dairy State Bank when I first came to town.
More history lesson. Make sure you save them all. We still got a whole half of basketball left, so as we read these
I could probably come up with a couple more. I think you know me well enough.
I think so. Westcap gets the 2 free throws. 6 seconds left to go in the first half. Campbell Booth kicks it to Ezra Streblo, a long 3, back iron, no good. And that looks like it will conclude the first half of today's ball game. Halftime score, Plymouth Panthers 31, West Bend West 24. We'll be back in 10 minutes for some more basketball. welcome back to the start of the second half. West Bend West is going to be starting with the ball here. They're going to go with their starters. Number 2, Amaya Lafontant. Number 10, 22, 23, 24. We're also, looks like we're going with our starters. Starting in that 1-3-1 in the second half here.
Yeah, good first half overall for the Panthers, that's for sure. Put up 31 points, already more than what they scored the other night in Berlin. Yep,
yeah.
so.
Definitely a better night there. What's going to be, Gail, what do you think will be the most important part of the second half for the Panthers here as they have a 7-point lead?
Well, first of all, you control the tempo of the game. Keep things moving, because with a zone, sometimes things can slow down too much, and you kind of get out of what you're doing. They shot the ball well the first half. I think you want to just keep it going, keep up tempo, get down there, move that ball around here,
West starts the scoring off in the second half as they get a layup here to cut the lead to 5. Panthers getting a little stuck in the corner here in this zone, but Campbell Booth brings it back up to the top to get reset. And one of the interesting things is that one of the recent games that both these teams have played is Slinger, and West Bend West played Slinger, and they actually beat them by 5 points. We played Slinger not that long ago and actually lost by 20. So the fact that our girls are, we're up by 7 going into the second half here is a good sign that they're competing with a pretty competitive team in West Bend West.
Yeah, the Slinger game was a week ago Tuesday night, or was it just last Tuesday night, wasn't it?
It was last Tuesday, in that string of 6 games in 2 weeks.
Right, yep.
It's hard to keep up with all of them because they've played so many games. It seems like it should be a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Near turnover by West Bend West, but they will retain possession as the ball goes into the backcourt. Panthers moving into their man defense. West Bend West tries to set that ball screen for their best scorer, and they fire up a long 3. Doesn't connect. Tried to save it on the baseline. To no avail. Panthers are going to get possession in the first couple minutes here of the second half. Quick sub for West Bend West to start the second half here. And again, they're not really in foul trouble, but they do have 3 of their starters with 2 fouls, so we'll see how that plays a factor in this second half as well. Skip pass by Campbell Booth. She gets it right back into that high post, and she goes to her left side, which she likes to do. Blocked inside by West Bend West. They get it out in transition. Hustle by Izzy Stilo, I think maybe affected that shot. I don't know if she got a piece of it, but she definitely altered the shot by running by.
Just being around on defense is the name of the game.
West pushes it up with the long pass. Couple of uneasy possessions by both teams there, and West looks to slow it down a little bit. Driving to the right side, into nothing, takes 1 extra step. That'll be a travel turnover.
Yep.
The defense, again, being strong by the Panthers and showing to be a big difference in this ball game. I don't have the turnover numbers by me, but the Panthers have definitely been winning that turnover battle.
Yeah, I would say it's about a 10-5, or it's a 2-to-1 ratio anyway here tonight. Yep.
Good
Nice
look inside by Ava. Left-handed layup by Ezra Streblo.
That's worth 2 assists right there. Yep.
Great look by Ava. And Ezra's been doing exactly what you want her to do inside. She's got 10 points today. She's been finding the weak spots in the zone, especially right near the basket, getting some really good looks. And her teammates have been finding her. Fairly balanced scoring attack for the Panthers today so far. Ezra's got 10. Campbell Booth's got 10. Turnover by the Panthers. They get back on defense, though, and stop the transition basket. Deep 3, which we've seen a few times. Short rebound, Ezra Streblo. She's peeking like she wanted to throw it up court quick, but she holds back and just gets it into the half court and sets up their offense against this 2-3 zone. Ashley Miller cuts it into the short corner. It looked like there was a little body on that.
Yep.
In front of the ref. Ref's not calling it. Campbell not too happy with that.
Yep.
I don't blame her. It looked like there was a little body, but at least they're maintaining possession.
Down there, yeah. There's a couple bumps, but Panthers regain possession.
See if the Panthers can get a quick bucket out of the baseline, out of bounds play. Tries to skip it across court. had Ava open for a second. That's such a long pass that's hard to connect
like,
on that.
You know, throwing from the right hash mark to the left boundary in football. That's a long pass. There's, as my dad used to say, there's a lot of cow pies that could spring up on you on that one. Yep.
You don't want to do it, but hey, if you complete those,
if you complete,
they look good.
Awesome. They look
it
awesome.
looks good. Great. Inside, top of the key by Camel Booth, throws a bounce pass. A little low for Ezra. She couldn't connect. It's going to be a turnover by the Panthers. They're continuing to get that look once they get it in the high post. Ezra was finding that soft spot in the zone.
Both teams come out here a little sloppy compared to the first half, though. Yep.
And that's part of these ball games, too, is you kind of have to get into a little bit of a rhythm. It started a little bit slow to start the game as well, but once those teams start getting in rhythm, the three-point shots start going down. So we'll see how long it takes here in the second half.
Yeah, making a few baskets cures a lot of things, right? That keeps everything going, yep.
That's why I never pass the ball and I just shoot the ball, because it's three-point shot. But few straight possessions here with West Bend West shooting threes and not connecting on it. West Bend West has the ball, and I think we have one girl down here that thought it was out of bounds on them, but she's going to jog back here to refs waiting for her to get set.
It's part of called prevent defense.
Unless that was a setup for an offensive play here, I'm not sure. West chucks up another three. Back iron, no good. Rebound this time goes to the Panthers as Campbell Booth brings it up the middle of the court.
Let's see if we get this thing back in the middle there, which they did, just didn't convert the shot.
Ezra gets it in the left side. Cross court to Ashley Miller, who takes one dribble, picks it up, kind of gets stuck. Campbell Booth at the right corner, then she flashes inside. One dribble, she gets stuck. Again, good defense here by West Bend West as they get a block on Ezra inside, but she gets her own rebound, tries to kick it out. That'll be a turnover by the Panthers. Again, a little bit sloppy here, but good defense. I think the defense is definitely picked up by West Bend West here in the second half. A couple of subs for the Panthers. Number 3, Natalie Mauk, and number 10, Donna Tolman, continuing with that two-girl rotation here, with again a short bench due to injury and illness for the Panthers today. Been stuck here a little bit at a 7-point lead for the Panthers, 33-26.
For a little bit,
Good deflection by the Panthers, but the possession is going to stay here with the Spartans.
Yeah, it's first 5 minutes of this half. We just have not gotten into, neither team has gotten into the rhythm that they both were in the first half. Yep.
Yeah, once they get, somebody might just need to get that three-point shot to get them going. Both teams have definitely gotten good looks, just haven't capitalized. Quick hands continue. Campbell Booth, she gets it. She's going to take 1-on-2, and she's going to split the defenders. Can't finish on the right side. Tipped out of bounds by the Panthers. Good transition, and that was actually a good look. Just couldn't finish.
Yep. Nope. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. She crisscrossed at free throw line, and that's all you can ask for.
Couple of subs for both teams. 2 girls in for West Bend West. 2 girls in back in for the Panthers.
Steele back in for the Panthers.
One for another group. Panthers staying. Haven't seen that 1-3-1 too much here in the second half yet, other than that first possession.
First possession, yep.
Good backdoor cut by the Spartans as they cut the lead to 5 with 12:20 left. Looks like Panthers got caught a little bit flat-footed, and the Spartans capitalized with the backdoor cut and pass. Ashley Miller flashes high, gets it inside, but she's taken on by 3 defenders, and she gets it out of there.
Yep.
It looks like when the Panthers get it inside now, they're kind of collapsing a few defenders on there so they can't kick out.
They're daring you to have to make that quick out pass for a 3-point shot, and if they figure if they get the 3 collapsing, you aren't going to get a good look at that. Yep.
Yeah. That was something you didn't see a lot in the first half, but again, that intensity is picking up for the Spartans here on defensive side in the second half. Nothing doing on the baseline of bounds. They'll just Campbell will throw it back to Izzy Steele at the top of the key to set up the offense, and she drives into the middle, kicks it out to Natalie Mauk, who has an open look, buries it downtown P-Town. that might get the scoring going for the Panthers as they extend the lead back up to 8, 36-28.
I think that's the 5th three-pointer of the night for the Panthers. So
no weak side defense, but contested by Donna Tolman, the force the errant layup. Natalie Malk looks to push it. She's taking it all herself on the right side, finishes, extends the lead to double digits.
Malk for 5. Here we go.
Getting the scoring goal. And that did not look like Natalie had any interest in passing that. She said, I'm going to take this all the way to the hoop, and she did, and got a wide open layup, so good play by her to stick the course. Inside action, good hands by Ashley Miller. She's playing straight up defense. West kicks it out for a 3. No iron, offensive rebound by West. No good. Rebound goes after 2 shots to the Panthers. Natalie Malk thought about shooting it, but she gets it to Izzy Steele, who's in the short corner, who kicks it out to Natalie Malk for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Spartans. The pace, and we've talked about that. Pace is starting to pick up
now. Well, and again, you hit a couple shots. Anytime you hit a shot, then you can do things defensively then, and everything is so.
Unforced turnover there by the Spartans as it's a carry at the top of the key. Not really much defense there by the Panthers.
Yeah, that was just kind of a lack of focus, double dribble. All of a sudden, I just kind of palmed the ball and kind of lulled them into that. Panthers up by 10 now, looking to expand.
But again, getting those extra possessions for the Panthers has been a difference in the ball game, as they've turned it over a few times in the second half here, as they just did it right there. But the Spartans return the favor as they throw it out of bounds in the transition. That turnover battle continues to be one that's won by the Panthers, which is keeping this a 10-point edge for them on the scoreboard.
Only 1 team foul here in the first 8 minutes between the 2 teams.
Pretty clean, well-played game on both ends, both teams. Looks like the Spartans are extending their zone a little bit more too. Maybe that might open up the driving lanes for the Panthers as they fire up a 3 short, no good. Tipped by Donna Tolman to Ava Miller. Offensive rebound. They're going to get a second chance possession here. She brings it out to the top of the key to get the offense set up. Flashing into the high post as Ashley Miller kicks it out to Ava Miller. West is continuing to be aggressive now as we get those driving lanes, driving kick. Putting pretty much every time the ball is caught on the outside or inside, there's about 2 defenders there for West.
At least that second person coming to help, that's for sure.
Long possession here by the Panthers, which nothing wrong with that, making that defense work side to side. Wait till you get a good look, as they do right there. Izzy Steele fires up a 3, no good, short. Rebound to the Spartans. That was a good offensive possession.
Took a minute off the clock. Made West Bend West work pretty hard on defense. That's okay.
That's one thing you see with that zone. You want to work it side to side. They're starting to put a little bit of pressure. That's going to wear them down a little bit. But you also don't have to force the first good shot you see.
Right.
As West airballs a shot there, possession going over to the Panthers as a couple of subs check in for the ball game as Restrepo comes back in for Donna Tolman.
Next week, the Panthers, a couple more home games. They're on a little bit of a home stretch here, 3 home games in a row. They get Port Washington, another non-conference game here on Tuesday, but again, who will be a conference full next year. And then Winneconne here on Friday night. And the boys are here on Thursday night next week. So 3 opportunities. Come out and see the Panthers if you want to live.
Looks like Dan Canals, our athletic director, is going to have a busy week ahead of him.
He will be busy, yep. Well,
as Restrepo down into that low post drive, dump down that she's been getting all day. She's got 12 and is the leading scorer for both teams. And more importantly for the Panthers, she's continuing to play well. Looks like on that drive by West, there's going to be a foul called. Their first foul, so both teams have one foul here halfway through the second half. 2 shots.
2 shots coming up. We'll talk about Plymouth Glass, family-run business, the Lensmeyers, and they're honored to serve the people of the community. They offer a wide variety of services, including shower enclosures, aluminum storefront windows, safety glass, glass tops, thermal pane replacement, you name it. Anything with glass or plastic, they can do it at Plymouth Glass.
Spartans could not capitalize on the first free throw. Second free throw up and good, so they get 1 of 2, which brings the lead to 11. offense pushes it up quickly. Campbell Booth, Natalie Malk, long jumper, no good. Defensive rebound to the Spartans as they look to cut this lead back into single digits. It's kind of been fluctuating lately now at that in between 8 to 10, 8 to 11.
Yeah, the closest they got was 7 here in the second half here to start the second half. But
good move by the Spartans, but got to the basket and didn't quite know what to do. Good defense by Ezra Streblo on that to force the turnover, as that continues to be a problem for the Spartans today in this ball game.
Yeah, their coach isn't too happy that they've had a couple travel calls here, but they're travels. I don't know what else you can call there. Yep.
Not much else you can do.
Yep.
And that's it. And those are the forced turnovers that you like to see from, I'm sure Coach Shutter likes to see. Those unforced turnovers are going to happen, but when you're forcing them, it just builds that confidence for the defense. Skip pass into the corner by Campbell Booth. Ezra Streblo finds her cutting and just couldn't quite finish on the left side of that one. But a good possession again by the Panthers to get a good look. Those two continue to have a good connection.
If she just was coming down the lane a little fast, not.
Well, I think too the Panthers
need a half a second to be able to take a little bit off that shot. Yep.
But the Panthers have seen quite a few 2-3 or some zones. A few games that I've seen this year.
Playing it, yeah.
So I think they're starting to get some familiarity with it and just getting more comfortable. And you can see that today with the actions they're getting. They're driving,
they're doing more.
They're cutting in the high post. They feel more comfortable. So I'm sure just that practice and working on it.
Like you say, they practice against it, and so that way, even if a team uses a change up someplace, at least you know it, the possibility you might see it. So you got to be working on it. Yep. Yeah, it's only going to help them down the road. That's for sure, through the rest of the regular season, and we're not that far off from the postseason even. We're already coming up on 20th of January, and about 4 weeks left for the girls, 5 weeks for the boys. Yep.
Baseline out of bounds. Nothing initially on that action, so they're just going to kick it out to Ashley Miller. Tough pass by Campbell Booth across court. She did get it, and she gets it back to the inside, who kicks it out to Ava Miller. Long three. Back iron, no good. Defensive rebound to the Spartans. And Ava Miller has shot the ball pretty well. She's got a couple of threes here today.
Yep.
Usually one of their best shooters. That one just couldn't go down. And we had kind of heard from Coach Shutter before the game. This is one of the better three-point shooting teams he's had in this group of Panther girls.
Yeah, they're actually shooting about the same from three-point land as they do from two-point. As far overall, yep.
A little miscommunication by the Spartans as Natalie Malk dumps it down to Campbell Booth for an easy layup. She's got 12 for the day. Good look by Natalie to see her. I mean, she was open, but that's a good pass. Freshman, again, gaining some traction, getting more of those minutes, starting to see the floor a little bit better from first game to now, 12th game of the season. Spartans respond with an inside basket of their own as the Panthers look to push it pretty quickly and see if they can get the Spartans napping, and they kind of do as Ezra Streblo drives the lane on the left side, and it's blocked out of bounds. Possession stays to the Panthers.
Yeah, another thing about this game too is this is possible tournament opponent. They're both in the same half sectional, so you want to win this game is not only just a non-conference win, it's a win up in seeding then too when it comes to some of those kind of things. So, and especially since a lot of these teams, these teams are both playing a lot of common opponents. So. All right, Miller & Belt, again, is one of our sponsors. The steel products, Miller & Belt, keep them in mind. They also service everything they sell at Miller & Belt. Paddock Club, remember Wednesdays and Thursdays, they give you the opportunity to try multiple dishes at reasonable prices with what's called their small plate specials. And while they still offer their regular menu at the same time. Again, they open at 5 o'clock on weeknights. That's the Paddock Club in Elkhart Lake. And Plymouth Furniture. And they got all the name brands in the regular furniture store, but don't forget about their clearance center, which has great deals on mattresses, furniture, and appliances. Again, that's Plymouth Furniture, east side of Plymouth.
Full timeout. Both teams have taken 2 timeouts, so they each have 3 left.
One foul each only.
One foul each. It's
one
pretty even matchup up there.
I mean, we're 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
Pretty quick.
2 fouls here in the second half. Yep.
Again, it's been a clean, well played.
And again, you're going to get less fouls usually when zones are played. I mean, that's common, but
definitely a quick second half.
Yep.
Let's see if the Panthers can hold on with 5:30 left to go to that 11-point lead. And you're going to have to kind of wonder too.
Well, West is going to have to start coming out and
maybe a man.
Do a little more hack-a-shack, and if they get away with it, fine. If not, it's a foul call, and they're just going to have to do that. Yep.
I think the other question is, yeah, when do you start going into that man to maybe force some turnovers that you're not quite getting in the zone? But off the rebound, they get in transition pretty quick and get a left-handed layup, cutting the lead to single digits, trying to get some momentum and change the outcome of this ball game quickly here. You can hear Coach Sutter here talking to their girls, saying that they don't need to force a tough shot, don't have to force the first look you see.
Like you said, I mean, you got to pull them out of the zone, or they've got to get to a matchup zone look where they're just, it's two people flying to the ball all the time, some kind of a fire drill or something here. But
Campbell Booth drives to the basket and draws the foul. She's going to shoot 2 free throws.
20/20 Visions, again, they have Oakley, Ray-Ban, Nike, Maui Gym. They got all the brand names you want there, too. And they accept new patients at 20/20 Visions. 893-EYES. Give them a call. PJ Campbell's in the depot. Again, they've got comfort food, steaks, ribs, sandwiches, and, of course, all your German favorites if you're looking for that. 4 o'clock opening every day. PJ Campbell's in the depot.
Campbell Booth connects on both of those free throws to extend the lead back to 11. And that's going to be a big part in this with 4.5 minutes left to go in the second half. Free throws for the girls.
That's what it's going to come down to.
Great defense by the Panthers, forcing a timeout. They only have 2 remaining. Probably didn't want to take one there, but they had to, otherwise they might have lost possession of the ball.
Meyer Motors, again, they've been around since 1926. And wide variety of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs. Again, you can find them on the web at gomeyermotors.com. Waldo State Bank, located in downtown Waldo. Again, local, independent like you. That's the Waldo State Bank. Again, they've been around since 1913. And Advanced Eye Care, Doctors Timothy and Cheryl Ziegler. Diagnostic for all your eye health testing is what they do best. They also have new glasses, wide selection of frames, contact lenses under their Guaranteed Contact Lens Success Program. The staff at Advanced Eye Care can do it all for you. Again, they are at AdvancedEyeCarePlymouth.com. And that's where the old Dairy State Bank was, in that building. The Advanced Eye Care building before the Advanced Eye Care.
The history lessons continue up here.
Yeah, so there you go.
If you guys want some wisdom and some history of Plymouth, just talk to Gil Grant. He's been here. He's been here long enough to know everything, even though he's not from here.
37 years.
Memory isn't going away either. Sharp as a tack still.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Scott.
Oh, yeah. Good play set up by West Bend West. Just couldn't finish on the layup. Rebound to the Panthers. Again, they're going to look to take the air out of the ball a little bit and force the Spartans to come out and defend them.
Yep.
And it looks like now they're going into some man-to-man defense, which we were expecting them to do. I was curious as to when they did it, if they were going to get a couple more possessions in zone. Now we might start seeing those full game and the game slow down a little bit, forcing to extend the game. The Spartans want to do.
The last 4 minutes are going to take as long as the first 14 probably of this half. Yep. Not unusual for these games. That's what happens.
Ava Miller, she had a good clean drive lane and then gets met by 2 defenders, draws the foul on the left side. She's going to go to the line for 2
Again, that's why you go draw the foul. I mean, she had picked up her dribble and is a little bit out of control, but you're the one that is initiating the issue, and most of the time the foul is going to be on them. So good drive by her. Van Horn Automotive Group. Again, they've got 2,500 vehicles to choose from, over 16 locations. Again, Van Horn, their big motto is they are employee-owned, family-born, and employee-owned Van Horn Automotive.
Ava Miller connected on the first free throw. Does not connect on the second. 1 out of 2. And West gets the rebound. It looks like they're going to call a foul on Ezra Streblo. That's only their second foul. So, again, they're going to... And they definitely don't need to foul. They're not going to look to do that, so they're going to try to play some clean defense.
Yeah, we're going to work this 12-point lead as long as we can here. Yep.
Another ball screen action at the top for the Spartans, trying to get their best player going downhill. She finds an open player, misses the reverse layup, rebound. Limiting the Spartans to 1 possession is going to be key down the stretch here. Free throws and limiting to 1 possession. Laps on defense. Easy layup for Ashley Miller on the left side. Miscommunication or just lack of effort on the defensive end.
Thank you very much and take the layup, right?
Pushes the lead to 14 with 3 minutes to go. And this is going to be tough when your three-point shot isn't falling like it has hasn't in the second half for the Spartans. It's going to be tough to come back as they fire up a three. And they capitalize on the three, so one of them goes down, bringing it to 11 with just under 3 minutes to go in the second half. That was her first three of the ball game for the Spartans. That might have been their first three of the second half, actually.
I think so, yep.
They've gotten a lot of backdoor looks for layups, but not any three-point shots as Ava Miller drives. Looks like there's going to be no foul call as she hits the floor pretty hard.
Yep.
Shutter looks like he's a little bit in awe with his hands on his head. I think hoping that Ava's not hurt either and shaking up a little bit, but she's going to walk it off. Possession is going to stay with the Panthers.
Yep. Thought at first she was thinking about a jump ball even there as she had the hand on top of the ball. But Panthers retain possession under the basket.
Gets it to Campbell Booth in corners. Thought about the three, but again, you don't need to force the open three on that.
Not at this point, otherwise that would, normal, other situation of the game, that would have been a good look.
When you have that double-digit lead, you're just taking the air of the ball, forcing them to come out and guard you. And even with this, they're man-to-man. The Spartans really aren't playing that aggressive at the top.
They're sitting at 3 fouls yet, too. I mean, they've got three to give here yet.
Panthers just letting that time tick, 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 tick. Campbell Booth drives the lane floater, no good. Not sure if she quite needed to force that. She did have a good look, just couldn't finish.
Yep.
Spartans look to cut this lead to single digits.
30 or 40 seconds off the clock there, so.
Mid-range jumper, two-dribble pull-up by number 22, Gussie. She's got 15 to lead the scoring for the Spartans. 9-point lead. West Bend West calls timeout. They only have one remaining. It's going to be looks like a 30-second
timeout here. Yep. Again, American Senior Benefits is Ryan Riley and Kristen Heidemann on 1215 Eastern Avenue. Again, they have all kinds of options available for whether you're going to retire or if you're looking for Medicare, personalized services to explain and guide you through the processes at Advanced Senior Benefits. Again, Panther girls are here next Tuesday and Friday. And the Panther boys are here next week, Thursday. So, a little homestand for both teams.
And TV14
next week, so
yeah, cool, yeah.
If you don't want to venture out, TV14 will be having the game, right? So.
Can't guarantee you're going to have the best announcers like we are today, but hey, we're going to give you some good announcers.
I don't think I'm on any of them next week. I got to usher one of the games I know, so yeah, but so.
1:40 left in the second half. Now the Spartans are starting to get that. The biggest thing is trying to get that 5-second count by the ref.
Right.
To just force the Panthers to have to dribble it. And again, like you mentioned, they're going to have to start fouling just so they can get into the bonus.
Yep.
12-foot jumper missed by Ezra Streblo. Got an open look.
Can't complain about that shot, I guess, but yeah. Again, you're trying to take the time off the clock here.
3-point shot, Spartans short, no good. Fighting for the offensive rebound. Spartans get the offensive rebound, but she just kind of throws it. Looks like she lost control of it.
That's a centering pass in hockey.
Yeah.
Yep. Throwing it up there. See who gets it. Oh, the foul.
Hip check by.
Yep.
That's talking about hockey. There was a hip check right there. That might be.
Yep.
Is that 2 minutes in the penalty box? I'm not sure on that. The Spartans now have 4 fouls, so they still have a couple to give before they get into the bonus.
With a minute to go only here, yep, so.
Panthers get a nice inside look. Ezra Streblo on the left side goes up and draws the foul. She's going to go to the line for 2 with exactly 1 minute left in the second half to extend this lead, hopefully back to double digits.
Bank first. One of their mottos is it's different at first, and that's because they give back to the community, they have strengthened relationships, and they are willing to help out local families, businesses, and any nonprofit organizations with any of the services that they can help render. Again, that's Bank First in Plymouth.
Ezra misses the 2 free throws on the rebound. It's tipped out of bounds by the Panthers, so Spartans will be able to get it.
I mean, still looking at a 9-point game here. 3 cuts it to 6, You know.
Let's see what kind of action, what kind of play they have drawn up. Long three after a double ball screen. Back iron.
Back iron bounce.
Flat.
Wow.
Flat off the back iron and just kind of drops in. Which, like you had just said, that 9-point lead goes to 6. That's a 5-point swing there. Missed 2 free throws, hit a 3. Games gets a little bit tighter here with 45 seconds left to go.
It is their last time out now. West Bend West is out of timeout, so that's one thing. So when they do make a basket, Plymouth can take 3-4 seconds to pass the ball in. I mean, there's ways to milk the clock here a little bit too, since they don't have that timeout to stop it anymore. Plymouth Glass, they offer a wide variety of services. Again, anything glass or plastic related, stop in at Plymouth Glass, and they will be ready to handle all of your glass needs. Again, any of the backers, you can always join the backer team. Never too late to do that. We still have lots of ball games, another 10 or so home games for sure to go here between the boys and the girls. So if you want to become a backer, give them a call and you can join the team.
All right, now we'll probably see a little bit of pressure here by the Spartans coming out of that timeout.
They have to. They got a pressure. They've got to get quick foul. They got to get some quick. They still need one. They still need to get. They got one to give before they even get to the bonus yet. So Panthers did miss a couple of free throws here the last couple of times. They missed 3 out of 4. So. So you're saying there's a chance, right?
I think there's more than a chance with 48 seconds. It's only a 6-point lead.
Yep.
Forced a couple of bad. Looks like they're going to try to get some traps, but the Panthers do a really good job of breaking it. Stopping Campbell Booth, drops it into Ezra, who does the right thing by getting it back out, not forcing a shot, not forcing a layup. And that's the 6th foul for
the 6th
the
one
Spartans.
now, so now we'll be going with the bonus after this, But yeah, as you said, 38 seconds here to go. They get the quick foul here. Panthers got to make the free throws then, or at least make one. They can make it a 3-possession game.
Trying to get it to whoever your best free throw shooter is. Campbell's quick enough, and she drives right down. Dumps it down to Ezra, who goes up on the left side, but no foul call on that, which was interesting. The Spartans fire up a 3, and they connect on that with 20 seconds left to go. It's a 3-point game.
3-point game. Again, they don't have the timeout, so.
She's hit a couple of 3s here to cut this lead.
They got to get a foul. They've got a foul.
The Spartans are trying to foul. She just kind of shoves.
That should be an intentional foul, to be honest with you, but
The Spartans let a little bit too much time go off the clock on that.
Again, there are some officials that would call that an intention. I mean, just because of when you totally extend your arms like that. Again, everybody knows the foul situation that you're trying to do it, but
you have to go for the ball.
Got to make one of these.
Ashley Miller at the line for the 1-on-1. Rattles out.
Wow.
13 seconds. Now the Spartans don't have a timeout. They get it up. 10 seconds left to go. They're getting it to the she just made a couple of 3-pointers. She's stuck in the corner. They fire up a long 3, short. Not the look that you were hoping to get.
Wow.
A one-footed 3-point shot, but they had a shot at the end. A little bit of a dicey finish there for the Panthers, but they hold on. A credit to them finishing the game and getting a win here on a Saturday afternoon. Your final score, Plymouth Panthers 47, West Bend West Spartans 44. I'm Eric West. Gail Grahn joined me today. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Have a good rest of the weekend. Go Panthers.